Hello my friends and welcome to my channel. I'm taking some time out right now. I should be packing and doing other things, but it was all starting to be a little bit overwhelming. And so here I am. I thought, Kate, to stop what all that other admin stuff that has to be done, and of course it has to be done, but just do some playing and um it will cheer you. And it's not that I'm sad. I'm absolutely so happy, but I just realized today that that I'm really only got a few sleeps till I travel. Thank you so much for all of your kind wishes. Um, you are my people, and I know that I'll carry you with me when I go. But I wanted to have a little play. Now, yesterday afternoon, I started on the swan. I want to thank everyone for your help and suggestions. I've got a new way that I'm going to try. You were very kind. And I thought about filming the second part of my swan pouch, but instead I had another idea. So settle in, get comfy, do whatever you like to do, because I'm making something to wear this afternoon, and it is being influenced by a couple of things. So I've assembled, like I do, a little nest here. When I was down for the AQC, you might remember I went to a beautiful store, Dell, was it? I think, in Fitzroy in Melbourne. And I was guided by the girls who had been there the day before. And we all ended up with one of these, a different one for each of us, sort of badges, brooches, I don't know what, the tag. This one's great because she's got two, what's the word for those? Closures on it. I'm going to sneeze. Sorry, everyone. Jew. And I really like wearing her. And I thought, well, I'm going to meet a lot of people, and I've been talking about signature things, and I've been collecting things. Of course I have. And then I came back to the swan that started the whole story off. And I thought I could put, you remember yesterday I was talking about where will I put Vanessa's swan? Well, it dawned upon me, if a swan is a bit of a signature, and I love swans, why don't I try and make this into something like this that represents Kate in the nest, and especially, I won't be swanning around, but you know what I mean. So I have so many scraps of blanket. Let me see, where's my prototype? This one, she's all been stitched and outlined, and I thought, I'm not sure what I'm going to do, but I do like that she's in a shape. And then so I thought, could I make a swan? Well, I could. A swan shape, everything's, but I think I will, who knows? So how about we just start and get into it? I've got this flower that might be the wrong color now, but that's happy like me. I don't know whether I showed you. I got this little piece when I was in South Australia, and I just think it's on velvet, but it was part of something that's falling apart. It's got all my favorite things on it. It's got flowers and beads. I thought, like, if I share this with you and then I wear it when I'm traveling, who knows? I could even forget to take it. That's what I did with my little travel talisman last time. I couldn't find it because I think I get a little bit, overwhelmed. I can't see everything. Look, do you see what I mean? That could be a different one. Okay, let's think about the swan. Now, this is a beautiful piece of fabric, but for the moment, I want to trim the flowers around our beautiful swan. Now, I don't know whether I've said this already, but thank you. I've had lovely comments, and I've got another suggestion for how to make a swan, and I'm going to try that. You watch. Vanessa was very kind. She watched my video and said it was good. I'm not so sure, but she did say, and I think that's what we all have to remember, isn't it? Like, the more you do something, the better you get. Now, this is a large brooch that stands out. I'm thinking I probably can't, well, I need the head. And wouldn't it be great if we're 3D on the side? I've got some pink blanket. Gosh, can't even speak. Can you hear how excited I am already that I'm just talking to you? I just really needed to I've got this pink. What other colour have I got here? Probably does need to be pink. I was thinking some of these are a little bit stronger. You end up being a bit of a connoisseur of blanket. I like, yeah, same, and this one's got more pink on it. So how about, not that we'll see it, but it's just for company. So this is a mini make. Have I said that? And making it up as we go along. But favourite time of the week, to have a little play. Wonder if I could sort of make it a shriny sort of shape. I want to embellish that beautiful flower. So how about for the moment, just going to trim up here. I know you're naughty, I haven't even put it down other than pinned. Just go that way while we make up what we're doing. So I can't really show you on my blouse. I think, I don't think that one's going to go. I think that might be on another one. Pin's in the way. Swanee, don't want to hurt you, but sweetheart. Oh. Let's go. I'm going to change the colour of these flowers as well. How about our blanket? Oh, this is getting a bit radical. I better test that you can see me. Here we are. Am I regretting that I've taken that corner off? Yes, I am. But I'm realising that I probably won't keep those flowers. Get that blue away. I mean, how big can a brooch be? This is the big question. I mean, it could be like a pocket type of size. How about put her on there like that for the moment. And you see how desperately I want those beaded flowers on, because they will make me feel happy. Oh, I could balance them with that. You and I know that they're a little on their side, but and there was something that, do you remember when I bought the, oh no, I've got something else. I know, this is what I've got. This is a little bit of a beautiful, beautiful trim of Miss Rose Sister Violets. And I'm thinking that that could go underneath and hang down. So I'm sort of giving myself a medal. Actually, I think we all deserve medals. So let's just cut that bit off there. Could this go? Let's try and get my proportions. Yep. Up under there. Okay. I'm going to put that there because proportionally it's bigger than this, but I think she has to be. Could we call her a pocket swan? Let's get rid of that at the moment. Goodness. I am going to stitch in a minute. I just have to sort of have a little play first because it makes me feel better. I think I also am just maybe a little bit tired from the emotion of yesterday. Going to see my mum. You know, I have to drive up and drive back and be with her. And then I think I was sad to, you know, wave her goodbye. Oh. I keep thinking someone's tapping at the window, but it's just my brute strength. All right, here we go, girls and guys. That there. And that's going to be like our foundation. No, it has to come across a little bit because I want that last bit to be there. Thinking that maybe I could get more value out of this piece by trimming a few of those flowers, like in making that a 3 and then another 3. We will see. Okay, so getting more in proportion. Where's Swanee? There you go, honey. And what I was thinking, what if I just do 3 flowers down the bottom? I think so. So ever so carefully between the beads. I'm sorry if you're going to be upset with me, but I mean, maybe I could just do that one off solo. So I've got one here. That could go up there and balance. Did that help? can see when Kate's determined, it has to happen. Okay, here we go. I can hear saying, move the swan up and there'll be more room, and there is indeed. Okay, so beads are going there, my little garden. So I've got all my favourite things. Some dangles, some fringe, some beads, a swan that's going to go under there, and we're going to have some embroidery, and we'll see how that shape ends up. Okay, so let us that's moved, hasn't it, because I hadn't stitched her. Does that matter? I could just go straight onto there. Oh, you've probably been telling me that all along. I'm silly sometimes. Okay, that gives me much more flexibility. Okay, let's get some thread out. I can see this nice pearl lay just hanging here. Oh. A lovely lady plaited my perle when I was in Adelaide and said that's how you stop it. Getting knots. And it looked so pretty. As I'm talking to you, I'm just thinking, where is that? Okay, where are we going to start? I like being efficient, which means the more pieces I can get down with the one thread. It's not that everything else is not efficient. Look, this is what happens to me. I shouldn't have put that fringe on there, but I have to see it as part of the whole. So the quicker we get away from the dangles, the better. So we're just aiming to get rid of pins and get her down, and in the style that is me, that means any stitch that I do, I quite like being seen. Now that we're in this part, that stitch there though was too big. There we go. I'll be right after this, I can just tell. I just needed to stitch instead of pack and worry about sonos, all that packing stuff, which is really fine. But it just sometimes I talk to Fleur and she helps me because she has to. They're the things that sort of take us away from our creative work, and it's a necessary thing, and we love our work. There we go. The swan in the garden. I was listening to a great podcast in the car coming home yesterday. I talked about it in my newsletter. I think it was you, Maria, from Maria Knits, who put me on to Haptic and Hue, done by a lovely British lady. Oh gosh, how did that, I didn't mean that to go up there. She's a weaver, and if I've got it right, Haptic and Hue is related to weaving. But I was listening yesterday to, it was quite timely, about quilts that had been made in Canada and sent to Britain to help with people after the war. And people are now collecting them back, and they were called comforts. And I loved that, you know, how I'm always talking about why I love using blanket, because not only is it soft, I really see that idea of nurture and being wrapped and it feeling good in our hands. So anyway, it was wonderful. I really enjoyed it. So if you're ever stuck for something to listen to when you're stitching, like it's all different mediums. I was listening to one about knitting, and how knitting they were suggesting is, well, we know it's an old form, but that it was shepherds who used to knit their socks when they were out with the sheep. I loved that. So there's always a story. Okay, so we've got all the pieces down. That's starting to pucker, so we're going to do some embroidery on that in a minute. I need to do some more stitches there. Is that on enough? Because I can straighten it up a little bit. Wonky is good. There we are, swan in the garden. Let's embellish this flower up here and just get us started. I'm feeling like we do some fluoro, or, gosh, that looks messy, sorry. Where's some of my bright, nope, I had a really bright wool here before, which has been buried. Yeah, but I think I want to make those leaves fluoro. The most beautiful gift from Bron, from stitching around the globe yesterday to help me with my travels. It's up near my bed, so I haven't got it with me now, but included with some neon fluoro that she had got in Paris as a gift for me. So as always amazed by kindness and the caring nature of people on here. Okay, so I'm just going to go into these lines here. Do what I call high-vis stitching. Actually, it can be my high-vis brooch. Yeah, so if I go back to why I've changed my mind, I thought I want people to see this beautiful swan, especially because I'm doing stitches and stories, which started with Kiki and Kelly and I talking about our shared love for swans. So that's bits there. And one of the rare things that I do, I'm just going to, I don't want too much fluoro, but we'll just follow this up here. my husband will come home and he goes, Kate, I thought you were panicking and you were down and you're going to sound so chirpy. And I can say, I've just been with my friends making a swan badge, a swan brooch. Okay, so there we go. A little bit of a circle and a funny star that we will. I'm going to put another piece of blanket on the back, I've decided, or another piece of, in fact, I might put, I've got some brocade over here that I was just looking at. That might be nice on the back with the clasp on it. Oh, I'm stabbing this one, sorry. Sorry. Now let's, because I've got a little bit left, I wonder if I can come all the way. I'm sure I can. Let's come from the back. Just get some fluoro in this garden amongst this beautiful beaded bit. And so we're working the diagonals from up there down to this corner. Oop. I did it, didn't I? I didn't want to. Oh no. Just little bits. Now I don't know whether I'll tuck something else under there, so I won't go up there yet. And I'll come and do a few stitches in amongst this bit. Fluoro in the garden. I'm just looking around for little bits that I can get through. Okay. That's probably going to come out, so I need to put something over the top, but we've still got time to do that. All right, there she is. Now let's give you an idea of how this flower will look once she's done. Do I want this pink? What else have I got? Yeah, let's just use this one. Sorry, it's a messy nest. I'm knotting today, which is a good habit to show you, because I don't always do that. I'm going to see if I can put some colour in these petals, which is probably a bit faint for you to see. Not too tight. So today I've been cutting up my last of the kits that I'm taking with me. So Texas has gone and landed. and I'm taking the kits and what I need for Canada and Wisconsin with me. So I'm sort of just doing them in an order. So the end is in sight. I may or may not do a little bit more wool dyeing just to make sure. Oh, well, I've got enough to use, but I think, I'm not sure. Well, I'm not sure how much. Did you hear me panic? I just went, oh my gosh, what if I don't have enough? What if people use lots and lots? I always do say to people that they should bring their own little kit of favourite things as well, because I bring everything, but we've all got our favourite scissors, and it was beautiful last week because I'd flown and I can't take as much as when I'm local here. The ladies brought in, supplementary colours from home to share, and always, I think, from, what are they called? Op shops and the sewing basket type of places. So that's builds bonds as well. Okay, so just starting to work this flower. I'm doing these little tiny bits, as I said, which don't make much sense yet, but the more we colour them in, the more it will look like a flower. It's just nice to have a stitch. And let's just go around over here. Even though this is a leaf over here, I'm just going to make it up and put some pink in. She's got a little spot. Always, like when we're doing these things, it's great to stand up and have perspective. So I do think we need, unless I do a little, I am thinking that I'm just going to round it. If I hate it, we can always add more. It helps my eye. All right, bit of a bump there. This is too much green up here, so we'll trim that flower, and let's do some more embellishing. So these blue flowers need to turn into a different colour. I bought a lot of these. I tell you what would be nice is some shashiko. Did I get it right? Just came out. I didn't think. Danger, danger, as I pull that off. Please, please, please. Let's find the hole in the middle. Nearly. Oh, it's folded in a different way. Okay, all I want is an end in the thread. Here we go. There we are. Will I do it that way? I'll chop. Let's pull one out. What a happy colour. scissors don't match. I did buy a pair of Karen Buckley's that were orange when I was in Adelaide. But do you think I can find them now that I'm home? Just not yet. I was just having a vision of if anyone was coming to the workshop, and they might be way better at making brooches and things than me, and we could just, I mean, we do notice what each other wears. But I really want to finish this one because the gathering of stories. So I'm doing very traditional satin stitch, it feels, at this point around this blue flower that's turning orange and pink. Getting like a little petal here, like going small. You probably can't see the detail, which is a good thing because I'm not really able to follow it. Anyway, okay, so that flower is going that way. All right, let's do a different direction then. There's the label. Accidentally swept up in a stitch. There we are, the beginnings of a little flower there. I don't want to go too close to the swan at this stage because I don't know what I'm going to do. I could applicate more flowers, more beads, who knows. So let's just do a token one here. And now let's go travelling over to this flower, like the bumblebee. As I said to the ladies in Adelaide, inspired by the stitches of Nelson. Don't stay on one flower too long. Well, I mean you can, but I tend to move around. I was hoping that this was starting to change colour, this thread. The yellow is coming, but not quite yet, so we'll just keep using it, but we'll go all different places. Let's come in here. And colour in that bit. I'll have to do some yellow or orange after this because it's not yet bright enough for me. Let's make that a petal. And over here I can see another line. People ask me whether I'm going back to the back of the blanket sometimes, Yes. Oh, I had another question about threads. Yeah, I use a mixture, and the wool I do use though is 4-ply. You can buy it ready-made, and it's known as sock wool. In fact, that's what they were saying, that the shepherds used to make their socks. I love that idea. Have you knitted socks? I've done knitting. I don't think I've tried socks, but I do love that. That's coming back into fashion. Phil's mum makes socks, and his grandmother. So we've still got socks in the house that are. I think that's why I haven't made them, because we have a beautiful supply, and they've got a story attached to them. Okay, so there's a little bit. I'm going to chop that there. And now let's do a little bit of happy yellow. Maybe not. One thing that I could do is add some of these other flowers back in. Layer it up, as I like to do. This is actually, this is from Gabriella, Miss Rose Sister Violet. Is that too much? And if it is, that's sort of good. Oh, look at that. It's cold here. I've got a furry vest on. It's too big, but I like that idea. What if even we went smaller, like a rosette? I shouldn't do that now. I've got other ones of those flowers. Just getting excited. Just different ideas. And do you know, I've just looked at the time and thought that's crazy. But look how much time flies when we're making and creating. So now that I'm standing up, I should leave you. Before I go, I want to make a video about the things I've been working on to take. But there we are. That's the swan in progress. Swan Kate and the adventures. A little bit of everyone there. Okay, thank you so much for watching. You don't know how much it means to me. If you've stayed to the end, I appreciate it, because you've just made me feel better. And now I'll just get back to work and give my husband a hug. All right, bye for now.